Hey guys, I'm back for another VSG vlog. Today is February the 3rd, 2021. Of course, if you've been following my vlogs, you know I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy on January the 11th. And I've been doing these vlogs just to kind of highlight the journey and what I'm going through physically, emotionally, some do's and don'ts, that sort of thing, at least from my perspective, what I've learned along the way. First and foremost, I'm sorry my dishwasher is running. I'm trying to do a little bit of cleaning. Today is a day off for me, so I'm trying to run around and adult, if you will, around the house here a little bit. Outside of that, special thanks to Alex. I saw your comments on my previous videos. Good luck with your surgery coming up. I believe you said in March. So next month it's coming up, and believe me, it'll go fast. It'll be here before you know it, especially the pre-op diet. That really creeps up on you pretty quickly, faster than the surgery does. So, but that's good. That's good. It gives you some time to kind of change your lifestyle a little bit, change your eating habits. It's not easy. It's not easy. My advice there to you is stay away from advertisements. Stay away from advertisements. The trick is try not to fall into a trap with those triggers that make you want to eat bad. So, but you'll do it. You'll be fine. I have no doubt about that. Best of luck, and keep me updated on your success there through the surgery and your endeavor as well. So I went back to work on Monday. Today's Wednesday, so I had 2 days of work, and then normally scheduled 2 days off, and then I go back and I'll work 7 evening shifts coming up starting on Friday. So I was happy to get back to work. Wasn't so happy of going in at 5 a.m., but it is what it is. I started off and it was really busy from the get-go. I jumped right back into it. I was actually pretty tired at the end of the day. Again, the big difference here is I'm consuming far less calories, so I'm using my reserves, aka fat, to produce most of my energy now. So that's there's still a little bit of an adjustment there. Also, emotionally, I'm still detoxing from eating really bad from my lifelong horrible, food habit, food addiction, whatever you want to call it. And I think I've talked about that in the past. My issue isn't eating sweets or junk food. I can't stand potato chips. I know it's kind of weird, but I'm just not a chip person. I'm not a sweets person. I mean, if there's dessert, yeah, I would probably consider eating it if it were in front of me, but it's not something I'm going out of my way for before the surgery. My issue was I would fast the first couple of meals, breakfast, lunch. I'd be at work, or I'd be doing something around the house, or my brain would be preoccupied. And then once I finally sat down for a meal, I just binged and gorged. And again, I mentioned that in previous vlogs, but that was my biggest issue. I would wait to the very end of my day, right before I go to bed, and I would just gorge. And in my mind, I was making up for 2 meals that I previously missed. So while intermittent fasting is not bad, binging is. And that's what I was doing, and then going right to bed on it. So that also led to some other issues like heartburn, indigestion, unable to sleep, and then that next morning feeling like there's a brick in your stomach and just not feeling good. But it was the habit that I formed throughout the years, and that's what I knew. So I had to break that, and so far that has been broken. And I feel better. I feel a lot better after that. I've not had any stomach issues. I'm a little tired, a little fatigued, but I am sleeping really well at night. And that's one thing that I've noticed. I'm getting a lot more sleep now, and that's huge. Whereas before I was struggling to fall asleep, now I have no problem falling asleep. So that's a good change. There's a lot of benefits outside of losing weight that I've noticed. I'm apparently not snoring, which I don't know how much I snored before, because when you're asleep, you don't know if you snore or not. The heartburn issue, That is non-existent. Like, I'm eating tomato soup. I'm eating all the acidic foods. I'm having no problem at all. Whereas before, I would end up with heartburn. Not a problem now. I don't know what happened. I know that it's often a problem after the gastric sleeve, but for me, it's gone away, and I am not going to complain about that, not one bit. So that's another positive after the fact. I guess one of the negatives that I was looking for, and it is coming to fruition now, is the emotional toll. Especially now that I'm going around coworkers and friends and that sort of thing. When they're able to eat normally, I'm sitting here with a bowl of chicken noodle soup that I can't finish. I just kind of feel like an outcast. Like, I'm not, like, it's so weird because I feel a bit isolated from that. But I'm it's going to be a struggle trying to adjust to my new life. I get it, but the outcome is far better than worrying about whether or not I'm an outcast now. That's just something my brain cooked up. It's not that my coworkers are, purposely isolating me from them, because they're really not. I mean, they're not separating themselves from me, and I'm asking for them. I mean, out of respect, they're like, I can leave and eat somewhere else because I know you can't have this, or I know that you're under some really, really tough restrictions. And I say, I've got to get used to it anyway. I'm good. I know what I can eat. What they're eating is completely off limits. It doesn't exist for me. And so that helps. That helps mentally get over that hump. Now, that being said, in a week or so, I'll be able to start adding those solids back into my diet, which I do very, very slowly. I'm going to do very slowly because still I'm not completely healed on the inside. I've still got about 3 more weeks, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 5 weeks before I'm completely healed on the inside. And again, I don't want a complication. I don't want to split my stomach open or tear the staple line or anything like that. So in my mind, I'm doing everything that I know that I'm supposed to do in order to limit that potential. So that being said, start adding solids. Yes, I do eat chicken noodle soup, which is somewhat a solid, but with the soft noodles, those are okay. But other than that, it's mostly purees. I've been eating a lot of tomato soup, that sort of thing. Mostly I'm drinking the soupy part, the broth out of the soup, and very, very little bits of whatever may be within the soup. Then what I'll do is I'll puree that and eat that for another meal. You'll probably have anywhere between 4 and 6 meals after you get out of surgery. After you get done, even with clear liquids and the full liquid diet, you still consume calories about 4 to 6 times per day in order to keep your nutrition where it needs to be. And also, don't forget the vitamins. After about a week, you should be taking your vitamins. I do every day. I'm not 100% on that like I should be. I'm not going to lie. There are some days I totally forget, because that is a new habit I'm going to have to develop over time. Don't forget your vitamins. Don't forget your vitamins. Don't forget your vitamins. So I've got my vitamins in today. I guess it really depends on how busy I am in any given day. And that's another thing. If I'm very busy, I also forget about my water. So I try to keep that front and center in front of me at all times. So I remember, I look down, water, do some work, kind of glance around, water. That's just the best way to do it. Keep it front and center. So that way, if you're a busy person like I am, it's right in front of you. It's accessible, and you can grab it at any point. So that's just what I've learned to do. I've also got a 24-ounce water bottle that I carry around all the time, and I'm trying to put my cell phone next to my water bottle so I never forget my cell phone or my keys. So I'll never forget my water bottle as well. So new habits, new positive habits to develop here. But all in all, everything is going well. I can't really complain too much, other than what I already did about the feeling isolated mentally, and that's just your mental gymnastics at work. So just put mind over matter, and you'll be fine. If not, then psychotherapy's out there. Talk to someone, talk to your friends. It's okay. This is a major life a major life change, and it will be for the best. It really will be. As I mentioned in my last vlog, I hit a bit of a plateau last week. That was expected. Right around 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to hit a plateau where your body starts realizing there's a change and it thinks something's wrong, so it starts conserving. It conserves what it can in order for you not to go into starvation. And so, because for all intents and purposes, your body thinks you're going into starvation, and so it goes into that protective, I don't want to say mindset, but that protective mode in order to conserve as much as it can. And that's kind of a hurdle to get over. At that point, what I did was I increased my calories just a little bit to trick myself into thinking that everything's fine, and my stall only lasted about a week, maybe a little bit less. I held right around the same weight, maybe dropped a pound or two in a week, and now I'm dropping about a pound or two every day again as I continue on. I did my BMI calculation. If you watched my first vlog, I didn't say my exact weight because it's kind of embarrassing. I'm embarrassed by that, but I did give you the BMI, which not everyone is familiar with as much as the poundage, if you will. But I started out at just over 60, and now I'm down to 55. So I've lost 5 BMI points in the last month, or poundage-wise. As of this morning, I've lost 44 pounds since December 28th when I started the pre-op liquid diet. So making some strides. It's still, for me, in some ways it's noticeable, in others it's not. My face feels a little lighter. I'm putting on some shirts, and strangely enough, they're not really as loose as I would think they would be at this stage after dropping 44 pounds. So I must be losing weight in other areas, like maybe my legs, my hips, maybe my chest, even face for sure. But the stomach shrinkage isn't going on. There's still maybe some swelling there. As I told you guys, I had to take a shot every day of anticoagulant to keep me from having a blood clot develop in my legs. So that honestly, after 2 weeks of that, after 16 shots, my stomach is bruised up. It's still swollen a little bit. So that could be one of the outcomes of having to do that. Once that heals, I'm hoping the swelling will go down and things will be a little more apparent. If not, then just by virtue of losing weight, something's got to give here with the abdomen fat and that inflatedness. So we'll see how it goes in the next month or two. I know that's always been a problem area for me. When I do lose weight, it seems like it all goes except for my belly, and so we're gonna see. Eventually, it will. I know it will. It has in the past. There's been a couple of times in the past where I've dropped 60 to 80 pounds and then regained it back, yo-yo dieting here or there, that obviously didn't work. But whenever I did get down that much, there was definitely some clues that my belly fat was going down too. So I just think with time it'll get there. I'm trying to be patient. I'm a millennial, so I'm used to instant everything. Instant lunch, instant messaging, instant in an instant. That's what I'm used to. And now that this is a more gradual process, it is a little tough. That is one of my weaknesses. I am an impatient person. I want to go for it right then and there. But throughout this entire process, I've had to be patient. Through even back in April when I started pursuing this as a possibility, I wanted it right then, right now. But it's a process, and it does go fast after a while. After you recover and you get through the phases of the diet, it is going a lot faster. Like I said, I'll be able to eat some solids coming up on Monday, and I'm looking forward to that. At least that's something new and something else I'm going to have to learn, because again, overeating is not a thing, and if I do overeat, bad things happen. So, and I want to avoid that at all costs. So I'm going to be very, very sensitive to what I eat, what I put in my body, and how my body reacts to it. All right, guys, I've been speaking now for about 15 minutes, so that's about everything I wanted to cover today. We'll see if we can get another vlog here in about a week or so. Let some more time pass, let some more weight drop off, and then go into my next phase of my diet, again, which is solids. I'm looking forward to that. After a while, liquids and purees kind of get old. So, all right, guys, again, that's all I have. You guys have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.